thank you to my fellow speakers for the very nice presentations. So, Nextwaste, we are not developing, let's say, from scratch R&D or AI-based solutions to sort waste. We are more like a waste solution provider, and we aim to do some innovative and architectural innovation for the waste industry. So I prepared a little presentation, quite small. So basically, we have different type of AI solutions on the market. We have the AI-driven continuous optical characterization like Grey Parrot, which I will shortly introduce after. We have also the cobotic, collaborative robot, not to replace humans, but also to work with humans to pick, to sort the materials, usually on residue lines. It could be for fibers, plastics, but also metal scraps, meatballs. And at the core of our company that we founded with my partner, Eric, we wanted to bring, let's say, tangible and solutions that are, let's say, easy to apprehend for the industry. At the moment, we have more and more plastics from household waste. We have more and more plastic which is generated as a waste by industry, which is growing by +3%, +5% per year. And it's very, very difficult for the industry to manage this incoming flow of plastic with the equipment that they already invested in 5, 10 years ago. We know also that regulation-wise, the EU and French, so I'm from France, by the way, you have noticed with the accent, target that more than 50% of the plastic will be auditable by the mass balance. So this is very important to know because it will not be to be, let's say, an estimation. It will have to be an audit. And this is where a solution like Grey Parrot is really interesting. And at the moment, for example, if I just want to take France as an example, but it's a counterexample, we have about 21% of the plastic which is produced by the industry, by the household, and that is put, let's say, to the sorting facilities, which is actually recycled, which is very, very low. These numbers are from Eurostat, so European statistics. France is about 25%, but let's say between 21 and 25. And we have also Italy, which is a very good example, 47% of recycling. We have also another problematic about how to treat plastic as a waste, is that let's say the optical sorters that are inside the facilities struggle to detect the non-food and the food grade of the plastics, the films, but also the black plastics. So after we have solutions like what Andrew showed, but let's say that it's still a problem, it's still a challenge. And also another point which we wanted to address at Nextwaste and also with Grey Parrot and also in an extent with waste robotics is that the manual sorting is very slow, it's demanding in terms of power force, and also it has a cost. And also it's on very little samples of waste, about 900 kilos per year for municipality in France, which is far below that what they produce yearly. So, well, this is about our company. We are fusing AI analytics and robotics. We are doing architectural innovation to always bring solutions to the companies with which we are discussing. We are in contact every day with plastic recycling facilities, with sorting centers, with other sorting centers also in France, with local authorities that are very concerned about how the waste streams are managed. So we really talk with all the markets, and this is also one of the key advantages that we have, is that we have echoes from everybody, and then after we can bring solutions that are suitable for all the line, all the loop of the waste streams. And we also have a little activity about delivering weekly articles. So this is about Grey Parrot. So we represent Grey Parrot in France. Grey Parrot has also an Italian distributor. I can also give you the details if you're interested. So Grey Parrot is an AI powered vision system based on RGB camera. They've also developed an IR camera to go deeper in the spectrum of the polymers. Grey Parrot is, so this is a small video of the dashboard. So actually you can see the bounded boxes of the AI that detect and analyze and predict the waste on the stream. Then from that, you have all the data of what is actually in your stream, and with those data, you can take actions immediately, machine to machine, if you want to control a robot. You can also adapt the recipes of, for example, a sorter, optical sorter, and you can also bring all the data within your system of the plant to make like a smart plant, like a 4.0 industry. So we have, let's say, the capacity also to do ongoing characterization, so which is not on small samples of waste, but on 100% of the waste stream. And we are also developing airjet integrations that can, let's say, also bring low-cost solution for sorting the materials. And we are talking here about plastic, but we're also doing it on cans, aluminiums, fibers, all the type of waste that you can find in the yellow bin that we produce. I mentioned earlier waste robotics. So waste robotics is also AI-based solution. They are partnered with Fanuc, which is a Japanese manufacturer of robots, easily recognized by the yellow color on the robots. They have different systems to identify the waste on the stream. They have NIR, so hyperspectrum. They have AI powered, so based on data, based on image recognition. And also they can adapt the gripper depending on the waste that you want to grab and that you want to eliminate from the stream. Very high precision, about 90%. High also peaks per minute, about 70 peaks per minute. Depends also on the stream, on what you want to do, etc. It's a very good solution to reduce the human, let's say, exposure to the dangers that you can have on the stream. We're also working on different, let's say, projects to also, for example, identify some hazardous waste and to remove it from the line, which is, I think, also in Italy, in your countries, but in France, there are many lithiums that you can find in the waste streams that are not supposed to be there. We have about one fire that starts every day in France in the plants, and a major fire that occurred a few weeks ago in Paris with a big sorting center, and it was 57 million euros just burned to the ground after 5 years of exploitation. So we are trying to bring up some solutions that are not always perfect, but that's what we want to provide with Nextwaste and with our partners, is to always, let's take a use case and try to go deeper and to bring up value with our technologies. So yeah, what's next? Fair taxonomy. So there are some solutions about the watermark or trace-based recycled content, which is quite interested. Open data collaboration with municipalities. We think that with the data that we can generate with Grey Parrot, for example, we can have a more and a clearer view about what is occurring in the waste streams in France, but in other countries. It will help the local authorities to make, let's say, policies which match directly to what is happening currently on the ground, and to be more efficient and to be better for the next generations. Thank you.
Okay, thanks much indeed, Graham. Another great example there of how AI is being harnessed for good use. We do have time for questions, if anybody has anything they'd like to ask. I just had one, Graham. You sort of touched upon it there about the open sharing of data. I think one of the things that's come out from these talks is that obviously the quality of the outcome from the AI is dependent on the data going in. Does the industry need to rethink about how it shares data and not be too secretive? And then is that going to help kind of accelerate the effectiveness of all of these technologies that we've been hearing today?
Yeah, that's, I think, the biggest challenge is that in the industry, we adopt, let's say, sometimes we have a narrow-minded view about developing. I know that the UK, if I want to compare with France, is a bit, let's say, smarter in the way they approach the problem. For example, in France, they are all trying to develop their own in-house solutions. And that's all a recurring topic in all the discussion that we have. But of course, if we can, let's say, gather more data, for example, Grey Parrot, among the 140 analyzers that they have deployed in the world, in France, in Italy, in the UK, etc., they analyzed about 40 billion of objects last year. So the more we have data, the more we know about the waste streams, and the more we can be efficient and adapt the policy. So yes, I think we need to, let's say, open the potentialities with people talking together.
And the AI technologies, which are the foundation of all four of the innovations which you've heard about today, I mean, still at a relatively early stage, and we hear some big announcements about new advances in technology and the cost effectiveness of that. I mean, is that, I guess what we're looking at here is a very changing landscape, and things are going to move very quickly in terms of just the actual abilities of...
It requires a lot of money to build up some technologies like that, for sure, and also a lot of intelligence, human intelligence first, before the artificial intelligence. And I think also what is very important all the time when we develop a technology like at Grey Parrot or any other technologies is what will it bring to my clients, and can the data be easily activated by the client, be used by the client to better sort, to better recycle, but also to gain in competitiveness. And this is, I think, very, very important, and that's what AI or other technologies that can bring to this industry, which is it's very difficult to gain money from sorting waste. So the more you are efficient, the more you can take value from it.
Okay, thanks.